Guys. Today I'm going to talk about something really ironic that I've noticed in my coaching. And I can't not talk about this because it's very unfortunate. It's unfortunate that the people who procrastinate the most are not the people who can't be bothered to get off their butts. The people who will procrastinate the most are not the ones who can't be bothered to get up on their feet and plan their day and, connect to their vision or connect to their purpose and their why and get going. The ones that I find procrastinate the most, unfortunately, ironically, very, very sadly, are the ones who care so much about their future. They care so much about where they're going. They care so much about making a big impact that their vision scares them. Their ambition scares them because when they look at what they're supposed to produce and the level of life they want to live, the level of success they want to have, they're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to get started. And even if I get started, I feel like my efforts don't really matter. My efforts today don't really matter. It's very ironic because the people that tell me they have the biggest dreams, they have the biggest goals. They want to be like here in like 5 years. They want to have achieved X, Y, Z. They want to have finished another degree. They want to have started multiple businesses, multiple income streams. They want to be taking care of their family, retiring their parents, so on and so forth. They're the ones that are are having the hardest time getting started. They're the ones that are most self-critical when it comes to, I don't know, let's say doing content or making an impact or, getting more visible. They're hyper critical about how they appear, wanting to look professional, wanting to sound smarter, wanting to sound more convincing, wanting to have achieved more by now so that, people would be convinced that they're the best option to hire. And and that is the same thing that stops them in their tracks. It's not because they're not good enough. It's not because they're not qualified enough. It's that they live so much in their head and in their imagination that I'm supposed to have achieved XYZ by now, that I feel like what I produce today and who I am today doesn't really matter. It's not going to make that much of an impact. And even if I do, it's not going to make the kind of waves I imagine. It's not going to make that splash. It doesn't really have that wow factor. Unfortunately, this is also the thing that stops people from having the consistency and gaining the momentum as much as they would have liked to because they're doing too much in so little time. They're giving themselves so little grace, so little room for error, so little room to explore who they are because they want to have defined themselves already. They want to be clear about who they are already. They want to present themselves as someone who already has it all figured out, someone who already knows what they're talking about, someone who is already has gone through it all so that they become the best option. They become the best hire. They become the foolproof solution for other people's problems. So much so that they scare themselves to take action. It's not that you're not connected to your vision. It's not that you don't have the motivation already. As a matter of fact, it's probably that you are the most disciplined with all the healthy habits in your life, but you are also the most critical person to yourself. You're the most judgmental person. You'll film a video and then delete it. You'll look at something you did and then erase the whole paragraph. You'll rewrite the same thing like 20 different times until you get it like just perfect enough. But perfectionism is also the thing that's causing you to slow down because you're taking more time than you actually need and want to assess what you're doing, to scrutinize every move, everything that you produce, and really squint at everything that you put out there. Instead of just allowing yourself to consistently evolve, consistently, make some mistakes, allowing some room for error, and allowing yourself to continue to experiment, to find out who you are as you continue to take action. So please just do yourself a favor. Allow yourself to take the action, even if it looks messy, even if it's not where you want it to be or how you want it to look. It's allowing yourself to take the action consistently, even if it's not going to make that splash or that impact, is not life changing immediately, but still allow yourself to do it. I think it's so important to allow yourself to step away from the illusion that the things you produce are going to be like, wow. Like it's not what you imagine it to be. You're not going to suddenly become the wow overnight. That is what your consistency is going to build for you. So you're not going to be that impressive person. You're not going to be suddenly that charismatic person. But allow yourself to do it even if you don't feel very charismatic, even if you don't feel very qualified, even if you don't feel like this thing that I'm doing today is going to make waves. Allow yourself to continue to carry on. And this is how you stop stopping yourself in your tracks. So you don't have to believe in anything that I say, but if there's a part of you that resonates with it, there's a part of you that recognizes, oh, she hit the spot there. She's talking about me. Let me know down low in the comments, and I would love to hear from you.